Gentlemen, I have a question to ask you. If you could bench 100 kg or run marathons, which one would you pick? There's only one right answer, so I'll give you a second to think about it. The answer is we want to be doing both of them. We don't want to pick one or the other because I've been going to the gym for years and I've been consistently getting stronger and building muscle while also running 7 marathons in 6 countries and 1 ultra marathon as well, all within the same time frame. And all I do is follow an incredibly simple system, which I'm going to teach to you in this video, focusing on 3 pillars of training for strength, training for endurance, and the things you need to do for your health and your performance to optimize all of this and become a hybrid athlete. So starting off with strength, and the first thing that I'm going to go on to is the split that I honestly recommend you do. It's what I'm currently running, upper lower. So, and this is 4 days a week. I think that is enough in the gym with the volume that you're going to be doing with this split. Upper lower, again, it's just a fantastic way to train from my experience. This or full body is what I'd say. I wouldn't recommend that unless your goal is purely muscle growth, then I don't know why I'd be watching this video. Upper lower, 4 days a week, fantastic split. If you're interested in getting my complete upper lower workout, I've got a program in the description. It's included in there, it's a complete health program. The type of exercises you really want to be focusing on are things like deadlifts. My pen is slowly dying here. If I have to switch to the green pen mid-video, I apologise because that's going to be a nightmare. Barbell squats, bench press, farmer's carries, hang cleans, do some work on the sled. See, that's not how you want the workout to look, but those are the exercises you want to be doing at the start of your workouts and building your workouts around that. All incredibly explosive and powerful exercises. When you train that way, you feel like an absolute machine. I'm just going to remove this quickly because there's a couple more things on strength that I want to go on to. Progressive overload, incredibly important for strength. If you're not progressively overloading, it destroys absolutely everything I'm going to say in strength, because every single week you want to be doing more reps or lifting more weights or experiencing more time under tension on your muscles, because this is how we get stronger. This is how we trigger muscle growth. So important. Really, week on week, I always try and at least do 1 more rep or just put a tiny little bit of weight on the bar. You cannot neglect that. Is an absolute non-negotiable. So for total for strength, you want to be training for 4 days of the week is what I think is enough. Now moving on to endurance, this is in the form of running or biking or swimming. I'm majoritively a runner, but like today, for example, I am going on a 50-mile bike ride, so I do it occasionally. I would honestly recommend 3 runs. Unless you've got a race like a marathon, 3 runs a week is going to be enough, and you want to be doing easy runs, which are zone 2, conversational paces, no stress on your muscles. Then you've got tempo, which might be zone 3 or maybe zone 4. It's higher heart rate, faster pace. And then you've got long runs as well, which will most likely be zone 2, maybe zone 3, but realistically you want to keep them in zone 2. They'll be at an easy pace, but you'll be going the distance, and that's where you build your endurance. And this is where we build things like our VO2 max, which is how much oxygen our body can take in and use at a given time when exercising. And we've got resting heart rate as well. For me personally, I'm in a pretty good place for my VO2 max and resting heart rate. My VO2 max is 60, my resting heart rate sits anywhere from 40 to 45 beats per minute, which is pretty good paired with the strength as well. This is the beautiful thing about this way of training, because you can be both. People talk like you have to pick one or the other. You really don't. I've sort of personally discovered this system, and it's been through my own iteration and way of trying out new things that I've discovered this way to train. So you won't see this many other places on the internet, because I just put this together myself. I didn't really copy it off of anyone. And really, in my opinion, you want to lift first. You want to do your strength training in the morning compared to the runs. Obviously, I don't think you should lift weights on the same day as a long run. And you could do an easy run before strength training, but I'm always going to tell you, it's what I do personally, to strength train in the morning, first thing, and then go and do your run after. Because if not, if you do a tempo run, for example, and then you try and do a big upper body strength session, the lift isn't going to be good enough, and it's just going to be a bit shit, and you're not going to get the most out of it. You're not going to be able to progressively overload correctly. So lift first, run after. The thing is, as well, you don't want to be doing lower body days on the same days as runs, again, unless it's an easy run. There's no way on earth you're going to do a long run and a leg day on the same day. That is not an option. That would be suicide. And you could also include sprints / intervals as well. This helps with VO2 max, gets your heart rate up. It will be zone 5 or zone 4 training. And sprinting is incredibly good for your testosterone and your growth hormone and things like that. Sprinting or intervals, very good if you can implement them. You can do like 8 times 100 meters, or for intervals, you could do 4 or 5 1 kilometer repeats where you go at a fast pace for a kilometer, then rest for 2 minutes, and then go again. And you could also do like I sort of do, 1 bike or swim, nice and easy, a week. So today, 50-mile bike ride. That's quite far for me. I normally do about 20 or 30 miles, but today, 50 miler. Moderate pace, should take me about 4 hours. Don't think that you need some like special cycling gear or bike. I literally use a mountain bike. I'm no cyclist. But so far, what your week's going to look like: upper, lower, 4 days a week, progressively overloading your lifts, and then 3-4 runs a week. Easy run, zone 2, tempo, zone 3 and zone 4. Long run, zone 2, it's going to improve your VO2 max, lower your resting heart rate, always prioritise lifting, maybe chucking some sprints and intervals, or a bike and a swim in the week. And now we'll move on to health and performance and sustaining and optimising this. A few things we can do. We need to focus on our R and our rest and recovery. So this comes in the form of sleep, eating enough protein, eating enough calories, because if we train this way, I eat loads. It's all whole foods, it's all natural foods. But if you do not eat enough, you're going to not get stronger. You're going to lose a lot of muscle, and you're just going to get fatigued and injured very quickly. You need to be eating enough. If you're trying to aggressively cut, it's going to be very hard to train like this if you're only eating 1,500 calories a day. I eat about 3,000, and that's what allows me to train like this. You need to have carbs before and after your workouts. Absolutely crucial, especially for strength training. If you want to have good lifts, if you want to have good runs, you need to have quick release carbs before. For an hour of training, 60 to 90 grams of carbs is a pretty good benchmark. And like I say, sleep, I talk about this in practically all my videos because it is so incredibly important. Sleeping 8+ hours a night, consistent schedule, is what allows me to do this so often with such little fatigue and such little injury, is because I'm banging 8+ hours a night of consistent, high quality, deep sleep. And I've got multiple videos on sleep. You can go and watch them because I go into detail on how I get perfect sleep every single night. Protein, we can do 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, you have 180 grams of protein a day. And at the moment, I only take 1, but you want 1 to 2 rest days a week. So the way a week could look like, for example, you can adjust this obviously because everyone's going to have different weeks. So it could be Monday is upper body and an easy run in the afternoon. Tuesday is a lower body session. Wednesday could be a rest day, and then Thursday you'd have an upper body day with a tempo run in the afternoon. Friday would be a lower body day, and then you could do a long run Saturday, and then either rest Sunday or do an easy run. And then just repeat that week. Is a very simple way of doing it. It's pretty much what I do in a week at the moment, and it works very well. I see great gains in the gym. I see great strength gains. My running's better. My VO2 max, my resting heart rate is constantly improving. But that is because I do this and I train hard, but then I recover even harder. But that is absolutely everything that you need to know on a basic level to become a hybrid athlete and train, to bench 100 kilos, to run marathons, to bike to France and back. This is absolutely everything you need to know, because this is how I live, it's how I train. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found some value from it. Like I said, I have a complete health program in the description if you're interested in completely transforming your lifestyle. You'll get my upper lower split and many other things as well around sleep, diet, everything like that. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.